All right, welcome back to the channel. Keith Thurman said he is not surprised that Tyson Fury is the favorite to beat Deontay Wilder. And and there was another article that put out that said Deontay Wilder needs a knockout to beat Tyson Fury. And let me tell you, man, both of those, I understand where Keith Thurman's coming from. The other one, man, you're just trying to set people's expectation and trying to set people's heads as to what to, trying to make up people's mind for them ahead of the fight and make them think that they're going to see something that is just and take an unfair approach to the fight. So let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe, hit the bell icon. Also, thank you to everybody that has joined the channel. I want to say thank you to everybody that supports on Patreon, and to say thank you so much to everybody that supports in the live streams Monday through Friday with the super chats, and also everybody that comes by OG Boxing Talk Sunday morning with my co-hosts, and that is at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. On Sundays, where we wrap up the week in boxing. Is excellent conversation that goes on with the panel, and I think that you'll like it a lot. Let's get into this, man. You know, Deontay Wilder is going to be fighting Tyson Fury on February 22nd. It's coming around. That is just about 5 weeks away. Going on. It'll be 5 weeks this Saturday coming up. Before that fight takes place. It's a rematch for Deontay Wilder's WBC heavyweight title, and it's against Tyson Fury, a guy that they fought to a draw about a year ago. They've both had 2 fights since then, so now they're back up and running it back. And the last fight, there was a lot of conversation with people that thought that Deontay Wilder somehow got some big robbery, and Tyson Fury won every round of the fight, hands down and all that. Man, and I watched that fight, man. I've watched that fight multiple times now, and in my opinion, that shit's just not true. It's just not true. Tyson Fury did not do very much at all the first 8 rounds of that fight. He got knocked down in the 9th. He won the 10th and 11th, and he got knocked down in the 12th. And personally, I think that is more than enough for a draw. And it was a close fight, a fair fight. This is not something where Tyson Fury was just landing jab after jab after jab, jab right hand, ducking, jab right hand, and just beating Deontay Wilder half to death. And then Deontay Wilder wings a punch in the 9th and knocks him down, and wings a punch in the 12th and knocks him down. But other than that, Tyson Fury was completely in control. That's just a bunch of crap, man. Go back and watch the fight and count the punches that are landed. Not the triple feints, right? Yeah, Keith Thurman said that people saw the excellent boxing skills that Tyson Fury brought to the ring. And I agree with that. Exactly. Word for word, I agree with that. He showed excellent skills. He showed a triple, and the skill that Keith Thurman mentioned first was triple feints. Now, he showed triple feints. He said he showed triple feints, he showed triple jabs, and he moved around the ring well, being that big. I agree with that. But guess what? Triple feints don't score. And if you land 1 jab and 2 of them miss, just because you threw 3 jabs doesn't mean that 3 of them landed. Okay? It don't. Now and also you don't score skills in a boxing match. You don't score skills. You score effective aggressiveness, you score defense, you score clean, effective punching, and ring generalship, right? Make sure I got all 4. Ring generalship, clean, effective aggression, clean, effective punching, and defense. Nowhere in there do they say you score how straight somebody throws their right hand, or how well they use the triple feint. That's not included in that. That might set up clean, effective punching. That might be a component of the feint. Isn't even a component of defense. It's just not. Okay? how well you serve in a tennis match does not matter. Well, how technically sound you are when you make a serve in tennis. If it doesn't go in, it doesn't count. You can have a perfect topspin kick serve that jumps a mile in the air when it hits the ground, but if it hits the ground an inch out, it doesn't count. Okay? And the fact is, somebody could have a terrible backhand, but if it goes in, bounces on your side inbounds, and you don't get to the second one, it counts for them. And so when I see this article where it says, Deontay Wilder knows what he needs to do to win, man, let's get out of here with this trying to bend people's opinion to the only way that Deontay Wilder can beat Tyson Fury is if he knocks him out. Dude, I have listened to people watch Deontay Wilder. I've watched Deontay Wilder fights for at least the last 5 fights. At least the last 5 fights. Deontay Wilder, by some people, has not been given a round. Not by the judges, but by people who are commentators and people that are sitting on the outside of the sport, pundits or whatever you want to call them, that have not given Deontay Wilder credit for winning a round, that he has not knocked somebody down or knocked them out in years. He lost every round, according to certain people, against Luis Ortiz, even though nothing was really happening. Luis Ortiz people were acting like Luis Ortiz was somehow killing Deontay Wilder. And Luis Ortiz's the rounds that Luis Ortiz won in the second fight were more definitive than the ones Tyson Fury won for the first 8 rounds, that he fought for the first 8 rounds, because he literally didn't do anything. At least there was like 1-2, there was a jab, there was a right jab, straight left, that maybe one of them landed for Luis Ortiz, but every round for Luis Ortiz is every round that Deontay Wilder lost in that fight. The fight before that, he knocked him out. Before Tyson Fury, every round, he went 12 rounds, face hardly marked up. Tyson Fury got scabs, scars, crap all over his face, and Tyson Fury won every round except for the ones that he got knocked down in. Before that, it was Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz before that. Luis Ortiz won every round except for the round he got knocked out, except for the round where there were knockdowns. But other than that, every round, every second of every round was Luis Ortiz. Even though I could have sworn that was a relatively slow-paced fight with them both posturing and exchanging jabs, and they were pretty much very even rounds. Other than the round, maybe it was round 7 where 7 or 9 where Luis Ortiz really did hit Deontay Wilder and had him hurt and threw a lot of big flurries of punches. But hey, man, every round goes to Luis Ortiz. Every round goes to Luis Ortiz. Every round went to Gerald Washington when Gerald Washington was fighting him until he got knocked down. Every round. Same thing for Arthur Szpilka. It's like, dude, you gotta stop looking and talking about what you think about how straight this guy's punches are, and get a guy a fair call during the rounds. Not every round. You can't tell me that Deontay Wilder has lost every round in the last 5 years that he's fought. And if you think he did, there's something wrong with you, because you're not seeing that there's any potential for this guy winning a round, because he's not out there just getting dominated and slapped around every round. It's just not the case. But hey, man, you can't tell people that. It's just this. And so when this article came out and the guy is saying, oh, well, that's the only way he can win. Dude, that's not fair. No, he can win by a decision. That's how he can win. He can win by a decision, because guess what? There was a referee in the last fight with Tyson Fury that had it. Deontay Wilder could have won that fight just flat out on the cards. Somebody else gave it to Tyson Fury. Somebody had it a draw, so clearly going into the 12th, they had Tyson Fury up a round. Not up, or up 2 rounds, and that's out of 12 rounds. That guy had it a close fight. But, just people keep selling this narrative, man, keep pushing this narrative. And then the way that you listen to these people call the fights. I've been listening to Paulie Malignaggi more carefully. And I listened to him during the Gervonta Davis fight. I listened to him. I think he might have also been calling the Clarissa Shields fight. But I'm listening to him, and I just realized, man, that this guy is really critiquing their technique. Oh, you should have done this. You should have done that. Yo, you should bait him in this way. You should do this. You should do that. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. Dude, and is your job to call the fight, or is your job, are you a trainer talking to amateurs about what exactly they need to do and how you would fight a fight? That's what it got to. It after a little, just because I had to put my finger on what it was about Paulie Malignaggi, because he does it so much and he does it with everybody that I have to assume that it's not just something personal against any one individual fighter, but he is so enamored with the technique that he was taught in the gym, and having fighters follow the same technique that he was taught in the ring. But that's not how boxing is scored. This is not gymnastics. It's not gymnastics. It's not a diving competition where you say, oh, she came out of the triple axel a little too early and they looked off balance. Oh, that's a -1 deduction. Minus 0.5 deduction, or however they deduct points like that. That's not how it works. You don't deduct for somebody using what you consider to be improper form. You score them by the criteria. And I don't ever hear Paulie Malignaggi even talking about the scoring criteria. I have him talking about how somebody needs to set somebody up for this, or somebody needs, or the other guy needs to, come with a harder jab, or it's a bunch of technical talk about how he would instruct them to fight. How, if he was their trainer, the instructions that he would be giving them. But that's not how you score boxing, and it's unfair. But anyway, it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comment section. With that, I'm out. Peace.